back to where they were before. For your information. I can't hear. Okay, now I can hear. So my face cam's back to 4K. My bitrate is back to 6,000. I believe it was because it was Kirby Air Riders. I believe it was the game's fault. And I got my internet disconnected to also try and make sure that I don't mess with Mom's TV in the living room. I put in the time earlier. Nope, not PM. Yeah, do this mess again. Anything else? Hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. I tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. What was that all about? Do they really need any data of when you're playing the game? I don't think you really need any data of when you're playing the game. Maybe that's I don't care. Oh, that's kind of strange. The end is never, the end is never, the end is loading. Never!
This is the story.
Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Uh-oh. Okay, so I don't know what new content is over here. Do you know? Oh, it automatically turns me around?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
More.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling
I
new
do
Ultra
not remember
Deluxe
that
content.
at all.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
There's no buttons here.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I still think it's gonna drop. 3, 2,
I have
1.
to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe,
knew you would.
mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Now all this should be I don't know. You'll figure it out when I point it out.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
There ain't no way. Wow. I'm pretty sure there was a reason why they disabled it. Okay, I thought there was a reason why I had to...
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Now we're back to this.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary.
Yeah, but I
There's
could
20
only
hours of new content
jump in
right
that
there.
circle,
Hell,
though.
I could counter 30 trillion. You could
'Cause
put
if
that
you're
on
not
the
in
box.
it, this is
the
what
Stanley
happens.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Still not accurate. It's not even moving. Wait a minute, it is. Actually, that's kind of accurate. Whose channel is this? Can you tell me?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content,
deep
I'm
blue
afraid.
sky.
It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I'm talking about, because he was talking about he was gonna go after the people on Twitter, but a lot of people went to Blue Sky for some some odd reason. Exactly. So is it always gonna look like this? Maybe, maybe not.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
Coffee nut. Ah. Okay. What is it? Here.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay, I guess no dialogue would trigger. Oh, now I slightly remember this?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
See how that's loading in? They unload the area, and then it reloads. Hang on. I'm still scared that this game could end up causing my stream to disconnect, but we'll see.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap Xbox port? Remember back in October of 2013
Because
when the game...
I've been having issues when I've been streaming Kirby Air Riders. The stream just has been disconnecting like after like 20-30 minutes. And I've had to re-upload the last two streams now. And it even did that for that one Mario Kart Wii episode.
Game originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Now, what was that? Okay. Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Audience Award. I think that's actually real. Not sure about that. And I highly doubt that's real. Time magazine, really? Maybe. Most likely it was. It was part of the plan. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Wait, this one? Oh my god. Wow. No, I couldn't. It's hard to see on there. And plus, I didn't really... I was like 6 and 7 in 2013. I didn't really know that much stuff back then. Smile because it happened. Hang on, I can crouch. Clock. Oh, that's why the clock was like that. Does it say the year on there? Probably does. It's hard to read. It's not like the Nintendo Switch where I could zoom in. Okay. That might have been real. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. It is impossible to get this achievement. Yeah, well. I mean... Oh, never mind. I can't. I disconnected from the internet to make sure I can keep the stream from disconnecting. Yeah, well, there's an achievement on here that says don't play for 10 years, and 20% of players got it somehow. And this game came out almost 3 years ago. 4. It's 2026. I'm still stuck in 2025 and I can't get out of it. Los Angeles Times. I don't know if I can trust this. I don't know if it's like the New York Slimes or the Washington Compost. Oh, the downstairs ending. And I'm gonna stay off of that topic, okay? With the... Okay. Wait. Deals tough choices. Hang on, hold on a minute. Let me make sure I don't... Okay, it's on ultra low latency. Oh. Is that a... That's I guess that's a hamster something. Is that the piano?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Oh no.
Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's
Persona
nothing.
3.
It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
What? Oh. A tasteful, nostalgic. It was good. The Minecraft thing. No. Now that I'm with Jesus, or following Jesus, I am away from all that kind of anime nonsense. Yeah, that was during the that was one of the other games in the other games ending in the original. They changed it to Firewatch and Rocket League instead of Minecraft and Portal 2. I mean, Rocket League I don't think was as big in 2022. When did they make it free? Maybe it was around then they made it free. So you think anime is terrible? I think it's overrated and needs to stop being everywhere we look. Okay. Now let me just see something. I mean, it wasn't too long after this game came out that it became free, which I believe probably got yes, they changed it in Ultra Deluxe. I figured that out on my own. So it's no longer Minecraft and Portal 2. It's now Firewatch and Rocket League. Person of the Year. Wait, they had the Half-Life mod? Wow. I don't fully remember. Oh, you mean when they fall? I know. That's what it originally was, a Half-Life mod, and then it became a game. What is this? Guess that's like the layout or something. I don't want to think about it. Okay, the original remake. It's already been 22 minutes. Okay, that's... okay, no comment. Now the door closed. Did it open back? Yeah, you can't go back. Okay. What's this?
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the Xbox. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved friend.
So I guess he said the Xbox because I'm on the Xbox version.
Chives.
I'm just saying it like it is, son, okay? Is that for the new hour? No. Okay, I don't know. Oh, we go back? Or can I somehow move these boxes? Doesn't look like it. Oh, we gotta go downstairs.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Don't wave around Christianity like that again.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
No. I don't like that. Is it the user reviews now?
Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games.
Now I get why it said pressurized gas. Oh my gosh.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Nah, I kind of remember this.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Where the sun don't shine, obviously. Did it just skips? Like... Oh, it skipped a frame. Making sure it's synced. I don't think it's fully synced, but it's pretty close.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
Can't you
While
read
the idea
that?
for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
I think these are real.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely
What was
it
that?
couldn't hurt.
Oh, it's that dang... I think it's my Roomba out there.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Maybe not. What are you hiding? A ladder. I can't tell what that is. Coil, maybe. And plywood, if that's what it's called. Alright. I don't know
And
if we
here
want to
it
hit
is.
it.
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It
All
went
right.
on. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the
remember
amount
this.
of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips
Wait,
are
where's
getting
the
longer,
door?
but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times.
Seriously,
And
does
there's
he
no
stop
door,
talking
Stanley.
eventually?
There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And
I can.
oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting.
Sit a little longer.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the
Is he gone? Well, it was nice knowing you.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed,
No, you're not
they
talking
gnashed
too
their
much.
teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course,
I don't remember if anything was after this.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the
whatever. Are we going to like random points in time? Did he really start like talking to himself or something? Oh no. I don't even know how he was still alive. Is he still here? Light. Okay. It's falling over now. Excuse me. Oh no, now the plants are starting to grow out. Yes, this is blind content. Okay. Now, what's this notification? I don't really remember any more of this. How long are we gonna be in here? Okay, get me out of here. This is scaring me. Please, hurry up. I don't like that. I missed the narrator. There shouldn't be any jump scares in this game. Come on. Or anything to even be close to scaring me. No. 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 They took it away. Oh, okay. We can leave. What? I thought they didn't want open world. Oh, that's the game. I thought that was my screen. Are you okay? Where am I supposed to go from here? Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, so it's like the escape pod ending. Uh-oh. Oh, so the narrator... Yeah, I
All of
thought
his
he would lose
co-workers
his
were
mind.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That wasn't all the new content, was it? New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Now we're back to phase 1. Oh no. I'm scared for this new content. Okay, I don't believe I know anything else that's gonna happen. Is he gonna go?
You see, Stanley, I've been
Good.
reflecting on the Stanley parable.
and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
That will never happen. The end is never the end again. This will never happen.
Isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. I wish I could, but it doesn't work.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Really? Okay. Did they really need to... Okay, what's next here? Do you remember the Alamo, son? Two. Okay. The color red. Win to win. Win-win situation. Maybe that's not what they're saying. Holistic. 1 to 2. 2 to 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Is that what they're trying to say? It's 2 everything. They were way too self-aware with this. Is that Google's? Yeah, that's Google Slides. I guess that was every, or maybe they just made it just for that. Thanks for attending my meeting. I think they just made this just for, this thing in the game. No, that's... Yeah, this is just proving my theory. Well, other than the computer. What? Why am I able to walk through that?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
I wonder who took the red marker. Other than me. Whoever me is. Excuse me. Whoever me is. And it's not me. I have no... Speaking of... plan on playing Batman Arkham City soon. Yeah. Apparently they say Batman Arkham City's better than Arkham Asylum. I'll believe it when I see it. Arkham Origins, yeah, best to stay out of that. Everything on there. Okay, we get it with the 2 joke. Okay, they didn't hide anything there. Nah, what about this way? Oh, it can't move. It could go backwards, though. Oh, you can't go on it. I am so unobservant. Freaking mall doors.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
I don't even know where to start. Please, no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
The song. Well, it's gone. Okay, I'm forced to answer the question.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Not this crap. You gotta be kidding me, why? Am I really
actually,
not? Oh,
maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
I don't even know what to say anymore. Get it here. Well, I can access it. I got my phone handy. Where's the merch? It's not up here, right? No, I don't want to go in there. Fine.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay. I missed the... Well, that sucks.
God, it
If it
really is
wasn't
the worst
there.
when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Oh my gosh, it literally is a mall. I don't know what's worse, this mall or...
You know what?
Oh.
Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's...
Yeah, but
Oh,
what
wait.
is this gonna
You already
do?
spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I
Good to
suppose it
know.
can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Why is the quality so bad on this? That's fine. I like hearing this anyways. And plus, there's a point why I can't make the point. Hang on a minute. Go online. Hello? There. Where is it? There's a point for this achievement. So adding a jump button removes the point. What? Okay, I didn't think I could go through that. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive new achievement. No more steps. I don't know.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a
just
technology
showed up.
to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will...
Remember this achievement? What? This one? Yeah. You had to click on many doors and the copy machine twice. So it's not just that simple.
be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Oh, is that the test achievement?
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Is that what it says? Oh, okay. So I guess I can't get it yet. None of the doors should work. But then again, I have no idea what to expect from here.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Not after accident. I don't even know what. I have a feeling I may accidentally go into the exit door.
An epilogue would be
Epilogue.
fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Did I already go in here? If
For the
it,
Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want?
And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
No. No. You better say what I think you're gonna say. Oh, that ain't real. Oh, wait. Okay. Is that a functioning button?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
Okay,
Right
good.
now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I wish those worked. It doesn't even make a noise like these doors. I know. Wait a minute. Is this just a wall? Yep. Guess it's just a light display. I know, but I'm not Jim. You ought to know.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
I didn't think I could hit it again. There is no Jim Gerard. Yeah, not to my knowledge. On my dad's side.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Okay, the joke's dead already. The joke died as it started. Oh, are they trying to say, like, no photography, please? Yeah, well, guess what? Don't tell me what to do. Did you hear that? I think that's supposed to happen. Was I just here? Yeah, it seems like the metaverse thing. It won't end. I'm lost. I am seriously lost. was just there. You know, the Houston Galleria was easier to navigate through than this place. I was just here too. I am considering turning off this game. I think they went a little too far with this. Ow! Ow. Okay.
Stanley,
hurt my
here's an
leg.
idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
Now, if this has anything to say about it. Oh. Now, if this has anything to say about it.
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
I've seen Gravity Falls. Eventually it'll shoot me back up.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
Now,
since
what
you've
story
gotten to
should
see
we
the
talk about?
infinite hole, you can press the teleport button
we don't
to
need
pop
to hear
back
about
up to
the
the top,
stories from
and we
that
can continue
episode.
onward.
Wait, what is that?
Great. Now, I'm very excited
Oh,
to
it
show you
doesn't work
even
like I
more of my
wanted it to
ideas
work.
for the sequel. Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now. Did you really need to see it again? I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really
I hope
are
it actually
so
is
many other
infinite.
fascinating exhibits that I prepared for you.
'Cause
I really
I
spent
don't
quite a
know
lot
this
of time on
game.
all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them. How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about... Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know. I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Would you mind explaining this? When it changed to X. And, and also, after the 2024 election, a lot of people turned to that, I believe. Like Think Noodles. He went there and just didn't even do anything there. It's called Trump derangement syndrome. Well, I mean, hang on a minute. I'm just saying for now. Okay, I guess you're right, but I'm just saying for now. It's not Twitter anymore.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole,
Keep
you can
laughing.
hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes,
I shouldn't
but
have
at
cut
this
him off.
depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Well, he starts speaking. Is this like the broom closet? Yeah, it's taking longer than the broom closet. I'm not gonna wait here forever. Uh-oh.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Do I have to? I won't take your word for it. I'll take Google's. Buddy, you need to quit waving around your Bible like that. Oh no. Does this mean I missed everything? What? What? I've gone too far.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Huh?
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how
Was
about
that
if
a
I just
fever
pop
dream?
in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Please, not again. Not again. Not again. What? Was that it? Okay, I guess that was it.
Here
for
we
that.
are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Thank you.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm
How would you like one
and
across
ease
your
will
lip?
fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Oh.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
How am I supposed to do anything? Oh, now they removed the thing.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright. Peace and quiet. Alright, I don't even know what I need this for.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
No.
That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Ah, there it is, so... Imagine it's just going to... just insult me. Let's see if it'll work from here. Oh, it worked. Oh my gosh. They have a video for it. I don't care. Whatever. Alright. Just went there. Now I'm lost. Do I go through the exit? Finally, it ended. I doubt this will change anything. I put, I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah. I put whatever his name on timeout because, well, he just needs to stop it. Needs to stop being so rude and being so sarcastic and antagonistic. You ought to know better. That ain't the way love goes. That's the way love goes, babe. That's the music God made for all the world to sing. It's never old, it grows. Losing makes me sorry. You say, honey, now don't worry. Don't you know I love you too? And that's the way love goes. Okay, I don't know if I... This is so hard to navigate. Turn around. That's it. I don't even know where to find it. So where would I be facing then? Huh? No. Where? I don't know where I'm going. I am lost. I can't read the map. I don't even know where I'm facing. Okay, so where's the exit? Is that the exit? Okay. I get it, but where's the speedrun thing I'm trying to find? I'm lost. I don't even know if it's accessible from here. Why am I so blind? Hang on. Is that the... Okay, that's the epilogue. 5 is the, this map. That's how I'm done. I don't know where the setting speedrun thing is. I can't find it. I can't navigate this area.
All right. Have you seen everything
I'm
you
only
wanted to?
human.
Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
No.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
No.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up.
It's not underlined.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh no. Is this normal? I don't even know what to think anymore. No.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427.
Does this seem laggy?
Was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks. Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
Because I want to play the game. Why isn't the door closing?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let me see.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay. Why is my light flickering?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Alright, I'll
What could it
pick up the
mean?
bucket this time.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley picked up the bucket.
Like a bucket's everything.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Do I really have to do every single ending now while holding the bucket?
All of his co-workers were
Well, I
gone.
can't do that
What
one.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his...
What if
This
I,
was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Let's try the vending ending.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
What? I was in the middle of something. No.
No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not
No.
addressed quickly and properly.
Come on.
So much of the impact of the story
No.
is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
No. I want to see the light. I'm scared of the dark.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Is it either way, like...
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket.
No. I'm just gonna keep saying no.
Item 4. Is this a bucket? What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
I knew it.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I got it. Yes.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow
Nothing
convinced
is
yourself that a bucket is
everything.
nothing?
My neck
Answer me
hurts.
straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
No. No!
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now.
So that's why it
It's
went in.
delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
So I'll see if I'll just get the regular vending ending. It's loaded.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Don't do that voice line.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
I'm just doing this.
The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think, well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Hmm? Now what's this?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here... No, wait. Where are you going?
Away.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley. No! Oh, no. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No. I'm just trying to get this ending.
Well, maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to
out of
ask.
this.
It looks like
I was
you
getting a
wanted to make
kick out of how he
Well,
was
this one is
yelling.
yours.
No! That's why I went crazy. And also, I'm off my medication now.
Is it over?
Please tell me it doesn't actually restart the whole thing. No. No. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Not
Stanley decided to
again.
go to the meeting room.
Not
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Not again. They inverted it.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Where's the new content?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No,
I'm not going to
never
listen
mind.
to it.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I
I
need you
can't
to
do
do.
the vending ending,
Stanley did not
unfortunately.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
This is not good. Is it gonna take me back to that one ending? If so, I'd like to close this door.
Now pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
We ain't doing this
Were you
again.
trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see?
A talking
goodness.
bucket?
I must have really bungled up the
I
delivery
don't
of the
listen to
action pretty
people who
seriously.
sound
Where did I
like
mess
Keir
up the joke?
Starmer.
Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker?
Because
Comedic
that bucket
timing is so
sounded just
difficult.
like Keir
I wish I were
Starmer.
better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right
No,
here. Let's take a
no.
look.
Is it the same video?
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now. Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind,
me.
I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Jace. What? How am I supposed to go back now? Oh no. No. No! Oh, I forgot about the choice ending. It does make
This
you go
time,
back.
I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we have.
You're not one of the
instructional
4
video.
original
Otherwise, who
kings
knows
of
where we'd
comedy.
be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke
There's
to
not
Stanley.
one single king of comedy.
The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
You know what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna go back through the door to the right.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
What?
What? We're back at the phone already? I don't know what's going on. There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land, or not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video.
No.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Let me just make sure.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Okay. Now
Here
I'm
we
not
go.
gonna
You ready?
continue on.
When
I
Stanley
did
and the
that like
bucket
3
came to a set of
times
2 open
when I
doors,
first played
they
this 2
entered the
days
door on the
ago.
left.
Ow! Okay.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this was
did
all
go back
covered
to the
very
phone.
clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos.
Sorry, Leroy.
Let's see.
Now I'll go back and, do that with the, bucket. What? No. The golden bucket?
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms.
No.
With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Oh, I guess they don't want to skip. I guess they want to skip
Stanley
all that
clutched
stuff.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
I guess
telling him
they
that
wanted
the
to shorten
employee
it for
lounge
us.
was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
No.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Now what is the joke?
No, said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
said the bucket.
Good.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the...
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Wait. Oh. Oh, I'm playing. Oh, no, no, no. This door. No? Do I need to sit here, or is there something I can do? Where's the bucket? Where's the bucket? Ah, there's the bucket.
The Stanley
What?
Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
I don't even know what to think of this. Why are we going
Lately,
home and
I've
back?
been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
No. That joke's dead.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it.
All right, enough
It
for the
doesn't
gym
do
joke.
anything else.
It's dead. That joke is dead. Why is this phone here? The gym joke is dead. It's not funny anymore. Now we're
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is this awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
I don't know what to think of this whole freaking... Really, I have no words for this. He's gone crazy or he's cheating on the narrator.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket. This
No, this
sort
ain't
of
the Stanley
shiny
Parable.
bucket.
This is
Well, I'll give it
the
this.
Stanley
Bucket does have a
Parable
nice shine to it.
2. The Jim joke is not here. It's dead. Just like the both sides argument and the Democrat Party. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley?
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection,
How much longer
it
is
doesn't
this
quite
gonna
look
go
like
on?
your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Mild suggestive themes. Okay. What was the blood supposed to be? Because you know better than to wave around the Bible. Because that's what one of my former teachers has been doing on Facebook, which is not right. Okay.
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
I don't know. That's what ESRB said. So do I restart? Oh no, it restarts on its own. Slamming what? You're not criticizing a damn thing. What?
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Is that the ending?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
So
Stanley
there
took the
shouldn't be
door on his
anything
left
else over
to go
here.
back to the meeting room.
No,
And
we're
so
doing the
two of them
confusion
detoured
route.
through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Yep, this is the opposite door. Confusion ending.
Good Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I
What?
knew you'd find
What?
this place eventually.
What? No! No! No. No. No, he was on to me. No. No. No.
You see, your friends and I are concerned.
And the line. You had to bring in the line.
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes,
It's
that's what
not
the
the
fans want.
same.
Let's do it.
Okay, I get it. I get it. They feel replaced. Well, then again, everything's replaced.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
No, not.
Now this is
Where's
what the
the
Stanley
monitor
Parable
room?
is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Okay. No. Shut up already. The bucket? I remember the first time I heard that, I was shocked. When I was watching Pungence's video.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
You
That's
made
why
me!
I'm very proud to
You
introduce
made
a
me
brand
have the
new
bucket!
character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
You made me
I
bring the
think it'll make a
bucket!
wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No!
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then
That's not
pop
a
it into
button.
the machine when you're ready.
Where's the off button?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic
No, I
Stanley
want it to
Parable
explode
characters
like
like
the
the
other
Adventure
thing.
Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now.
It's gonna
the fans
die.
are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and go.
There's no more after this, is there? What?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Nothing? Is that it? Okay. I believe it'll be like, what back here again.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned
Now I'm
out to
pretty
be
sure there's a
correct? No,
difference
never
with
mind. The bucket was wrong.
I'm sure.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Now, I'm pretty sure you're able to put it in there. Instead of just let it kill itself.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place
No!
eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley
I thought you
Parable.
burnt
It's just
to death.
sequel content. We're the ones that matter,
I didn't
Stanley.
play the
Classic
thing for
characters
4
from
hours.
the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
Move.
Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new.
I thought you hated the
that's
Adventure
what the fans
Line.
Want. Let's do. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows
The
where it'll go
Adventure
off to
Line
next?
took
Oh,
us to
and
the
it played
monitor
some silly
room.
music as
Remember?
well.
It ruined the story.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
Okay,
That's why
fine.
I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Is it
I
only
think it'll
here
make a
very
wonderful
shortly
new
or
addition to the
something?
rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say
What?
goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
It won't let me. What?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
What, you
Destroying
can't-
buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality
Are
trait.
you telling me you can't
I
destroy
can hear
it?
you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer...
Am I doing something wrong,
You
or
would see
can
that
you
its
not
desire
destroy
to
the
crush
bucket?
buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
I'm trying to
Okay,
insert the bucket, it
Destroyer
won't let
is
me
getting very
insert
upset Now
it.
you'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh no, that's probably the old ending. The heaven ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the... Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
I forgot to get the bucket. Because I realize if you don't get the bucket, then the game will just play out normally. Well, not the computers.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's...
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over.
For the ending.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing
I have
manner?
a limited mental capacity,
never.
son.
Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it. Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker. You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us a silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here
That's
all
not
you like,
your
but I've had
business.
it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
She uses the Bible to go after Trump. There you go. I guess that's it. Second person. I guess that's it. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Do you mean that wasn't it? Is that what you're trying to say? Or do you not remember? Because if you don't remember, then I don't know how I'm gonna do this. What?
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Hang on a minute. Haha, don't satisfy, Think Noodle's need for a flushable toilet. Elevator. Can I go down? Take me down where I wanna be. Turn around. This man who lives inside of me. Take me down. Love me all night long. Hold me close and make me strong. Take me down. Take me down tonight. It wasn't the same message, you mean? Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay, I don't get that poem. I know. But I need my assurance.
Stepping in.
Here we go again. Now what happens when we go to the escape pod? Let us see. Did they really not change this? Surely they've had to. What? Oh, never mind. Okay. You mean it's not gonna change? Come on, really? I went all this way. And they're not even gonna change it? They know how much this freaking ending creeps me out. And yet they dare do this to me? What? What? I can't hear. sending the bucket away? Oh my god. I knew it. I knew it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is that real? No. You mean I... No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew.
Let me make sure. You could be lying to me.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
I didn't even know what you said. Okay.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Excuse me?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Well, I don't know. Okay, let me test you. Who started Israel?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
And I guess the broom closet will be boarded up now.
Coming to a staircase,
Alright, I'll do
Stanley
it
and the
the
bucket
real
walked
way.
upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now,
I don't even
in his
remember
darkest of
the
hours, did the
code.
bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Did I do that?
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
What?
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
That
Was the
seemed different
bucket
to me
guiding
for
him?
some odd reason.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I think I did 2485. I probably did it wrong. I'm sorry. I don't have the best of memory. Been sitting here for 2.5 hours.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him,
not for
comforting
you.
him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty,
I can't remember what you said. What subject? Can you please re-educate me? I lost my... I forgot what I said, okay?
he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Oh, that you didn't lie. Well, just so I know that you, What was that? What in the world was that? That better have been a bird. I saw a shadow on my wall from the blinds. No, not that. Who started Israel? If you know this. I ain't talking about the Israel-Hamas war. I'm not bringing up that subject because it should be obvious for anyone who has a brain. So, I don't need to question anyone on that subject. Why am I able to go back up?
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number
never
3
mind.
again. The bucket said nothing.
So, is it trying to say that there's nothing else up here?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Because
Stanley
you're
looked expectantly at the
you're
bucket,
bringing up
but
stuff from the
bucket remained
Bible. Do you
silent.
know who started
This was a shock
Israel?
to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something.
What?
Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Please tell me I didn't have to,
A hint of regret
Do that for
nagged in the
4
back of
hours.
Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
No.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm going to. Okay. What? Just
The
stay on
lights
track. We'll
rose
do
on
the
an
number
enormous
3
room
thing
packed
later.
with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Okay.
monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that
Wait a minute,
everything
you
would
see
be
that one?
fine.
There's plenty of people who have been fired. Not there. Okay. What is that one? There you go, you don't know. Abraham didn't start it. His grandson Jacob did.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
So it's not about Stanley anymore, it's now about the bucket.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made us...
After Jacob, wrestled with an angel, he was renamed to Israel. His name shall not be Jacob anymore, but it shall be Israel.
Sassy comment about taking down the system.
I didn't read any further, because I lost time to read my Bible due to, not being in school anymore, not having any free time. I'm not gonna hit the on button. Alright.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
No.
Yes!
Off
They
the
had
top,
done it.
alright.
Stanley and the
I
bucket
was
had
seeing
defeated
if
their
you,
greatest and darkest
if you
enemy,
knew.
freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly,
Oh,
the two
that's
of them
the
began to
bucket
discuss
that
the kind
scared
of
me.
life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every
You're
country on
irritating
Earth.
me now.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
What? No.
What? Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out. Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
I think you might be forgetting someone.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
No, it was a test. You failed the test, so we're done here.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Okay.
and entered the door on his
Let's
left.
hit the on button this time then.
Stanley, we must move on from
Aw.
this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Good, because that's how I feel when I listen to you.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual
You think fun
connection he
is a
shared with
bunch
the
of
bucket
non-logical
that he didn't notice the
nonsense that's
keypad
not
behind the
something we
boss's
wish?
desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
How would you like a break from chatting
Stanley
for
just
24
sat around
hours?
twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Waiting, waiting, waiting. Open the door for me. Wait, actually, no.
2845.
Fine, I'll just do it. Wait, no. No! Now I'm gonna have to wait. Never mind.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
No.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Let's see what happens if we try the countdown ending.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's
I'm
influence
tired
as
of
well?
playing this game.
Had the
It's
bucket
been almost
told to
3
do things
hours.
it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Please just stop it. Enough, please. What about Isaac?
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as
Don't make me bury you in the rabbit hole.
Began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible
The gym
power
joke is dead,
over another
okay? You
human
can
life.
quit now.
For he and the bucket were But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Flying birds?
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world.
What?
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hand.
Wait, that's
the
a
one who had
goose.
pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his
learn
life
the
could have taken,
language.
this one was surely the best. And Stanley...
So do I. I used to do bird fee highlights. Oh, I missed the penguins. Okay. Let's go to the escape ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door. This was not the correct
missed
way
this
to the meeting
area.
room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Not the escape pod ending. The way to
Coming to a
the
staircase, Stanley
I
and the
forgot
bucket
the
walked
downstairs
upstairs to the
ending.
boss's office.
the way to Stanley's
Stepping into his
violence
manager's
death.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to
2,
discover not an
8,
indication of any human life.
4, 5.
Crushed by the wind, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh,
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the
It ain't
bucket
the same.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical
yes, the museum ending.
explanation.
That's what I meant. Yes, maybe I'll have to try it again. I don't know if anything happens in this version.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the
See,
large
this
door
is
that
what I
read,
meant by
Mind
escape.
Control Facility. Although this
Escape.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
It ain't painful to me. I have the controls. Alright, I'm not doing that stupid joke where,
As the
That's
machine
just your
whirred into
unofficial
motion,
name
and
for
Stanley
it,
and the
though, the
bucket inched
escape
closer to
ending.
their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he
Are
sort
we
of
going
kicked
to get
himself for
the,
wasting so much time
female
carrying a
narrator
bucket
now?
everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
well, I'm sorry. That's all I can remember. I forgot it was called Museum Ending.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
This is the same
In a
voice
single
actress, isn't it?
visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Forget about Stanley, exactly. What? Oh, it's just shading.
It was a shame, the death of
All
such
right,
a magnificent
enough.
bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant
You're
in
getting
their
on my
own way,
nerves.
but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
What? Wait a minute, I forgot the bucket was gone. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge, much like a bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. Through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched, and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only knowledge we truly have. Oh God, okay, I'm not gonna read it anymore, I'm tired of reading. So it's not about the game.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a
Oh.
bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can
Alright,
you
enough
see
about
that
the
bucket
plane. I
is
may have to
far more
remove that
noble
stupid
than Stanley will
notification
ever be in his
about
short
that
life?
stupid JetBlue freaking plane I keep tracking on Flight Radar 24. I don't need my back support anymore when it's burning me up. Alright. Why do I have a feeling that that has existed in real life? Now there's not multiple paths? Wait a minute. Am I able to pick this up? Good. Because I didn't want to. We did get to that. I muted you. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era, I'm so sick of reading this. We did. I'll tell you what happened. We went there and it said no buckets beyond this point, so we went through the did see for a moment the camera super focus on Boo plushie. It was just a few seconds. but earlier in stream. Yeah, well, I have an entire video. Oh no. Oh, never did streams. What? Okay, I can't even understand anymore. The stress bucket. Put it all in there and the stress converts it. Is it gonna tell me turn off your Xbox? I don't feel like reading it.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
No. 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 Are we...
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Yep.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Okay. I timed him out. I thought it was only when he chatted. Wait. Wait a minute. Why did it restart on its own? I thought it didn't restart on its own. What do you want now?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Hurry up, Dora the Explorer.
Understood. Your order will be canceled immediately. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
I didn't think it would, cancel it.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door.
Stanley wife. Oh, that ending? Picking no during the last question of the bucket. The game would be even funnier. Even more funnier, though.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I walked downstairs to my descent into madness.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that.
Now,
And in
what's
such a
different about
competitive
this?
economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned.
You are
his gaze,
asking
but said nothing at all.
bucket questions.
That's strange,
Obviously,
Stanley
you're
thought. Usually the bucket is
crazy.
a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket?
This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows
No.
what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley
Give me
might
this bucket.
experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were
Give me this
empty,
bucket,
which was,
wait.
of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed.
That's nice,
Without
why?
my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None
Oh
of them
my
were his
gosh.
special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley.
Oh, I didn't
Find
notice
me.
that. The
He had
buckets
to
are
find the
everywhere.
bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
This is a story of a woman named Mariella.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Woman. Did I say man?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
What?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Oh my
Of
God,
course
this is
he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all
I'm
of his
getting sick
actions
of this
and how
game,
everything is
really.
predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped.
If you're gonna
over
say
the way to
ass, why are
work.
you gonna say kick? I mean, heck. What am I? I'm having serious issues. Whatever. Who cares?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
What? Oh no, it's this again. Hang on a minute. One of these. Where's the whiteboard? Whiteboard. Oh, whiteboard. Where are you? Whiteboard. Whiteboard? No, the door will close.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Stanley clicked on literally
See,
every
but-
single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose
Tape
you were to click
recorder,
the
I
door
don't know.
20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Hello, let me over. Oh, right.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay.
Is it delayed or
if only
something?
it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The
played
opportunities
this
to do
game for
so
too
much
long.
more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it. Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh no, it probably wants me to do the other computer now. I think it's too late. Okay. Let's try heaven then.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, it wanted that. Now, what was the other computer again? I can't remember. It wasn't Stanley's computer. It was another computer that I can't... I can't read any of these papers.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others.
Now. They didn't change it. Yeah, but they weren't able to do this in 2 months. When this game took like 3.5 years since it
Even
was
now,
announced.
Stanley's office was a distant memory.
Oh, my
What did it
eye.
look like? There was a computer,
Ow.
perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no
I got a
longer recall.
freaking thing in my eye. I don't know what it is. It's not a... It's one of those stupid things. I know. It's just 2 months. No.
Stanley cradled the bucket in a
Alright,
gentle
let's try that
embrace,
3
protective,
ending.
Yet delicate,
I don't know
assertive,
any other
yet
endings.
compassionate. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You know what? No, I don't know if this is all the endings or what. I don't know where they all are. That doesn't count.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Blah, blah,
Stepping
blah.
into his manager's office, Stanley was one to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but
Where's the
Stanley
blah, blah,
guessed the
blah?
correct code by sheer luck.
Did they
Was
really
it the
forget
bucket
about
knew
that
all
part,
along?
the blah, blah, blah?
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical
I'm pretty sure
explanation.
you know all of the endings. There's no point in jumping. There's no point. What's the elevator? I know what you mean. Those sparks hurt.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
I did not press the
Bucket
number
said
3.
nothing.
That was earlier in another thing. Wait, oh. I'm forgetting the layout.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to... Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I don't remember what the tape room is. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of playing this game. You see how long it's been? Look. Look at this. You see that? 3 hours and 11 minutes. I'm getting sick of this. Yes, this may not be the record time I've streamed for. under the stairs where...
Perhaps the bucket had
beyond
missed
the
something.
game's playable borders.
Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means
what
to
is
me.
that thing?
You and I have been
Yeah.
through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Let's see if this gives you happiness. Don't you fall. Wrong button. Okay. Wait, I'm back up. I'm losing track of where I am.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Farewell.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work. For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Oh. I'm gonna have to cut this stream short, unfortunately. Okay. Thank y'all for watching this stream. If y'all did enjoy and y'all would like to see more, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already.
Colossians 3:16. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to God.
Thankful. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all did enjoy and y'all would like to see more, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see y'all next time. Adios. And God bless.